And tonight we begin a new segment here on Global called Heroes, about ordinary people who overcame extraordinary circumstances. Our first hero is Spencer Beach, a man who survived the impossible thanks to a little girl who gave him the courage to live. A warning, some of these pictures may be disturbing. There was a time when Spencer Beach's good looks would turn heads. Now, people stare for a different reason.
I want to know, have any of you ever seen a guy burnt before?
No! Spencer is a public speaker, teaching schools and businesses about safety and the power of the human spirit, subjects the 33-year-old knows well.
They gave me a 5% chance to live, so that was my first hurdle, was just surviving.
In April of 2003, Spencer was using a chemical to remove some flooring from this house. The furnace ignited the fumes. Spencer was trapped inside.
It was burning at 1500 degrees Celsius, which, an interesting fact, is that's about the same temperature they cremate bodies at.
With every door sealed shut, he curled up on the floor.
Time really did slow down, and everything became very peaceful, although I was in this horrible fire. And I thought about my wife, and I thought about my unborn child, and I thought of everything I had worth protecting and everything I failed to protect.
Spencer tried the door one last time. It opened. Neighbors doused the flames, and he was rushed to hospital with 3rd and 4th degree burns to 90% of his body. His wife, Tina, 4 months pregnant, was waiting.
I had about 5 nurses and doctors come in and explain to me what was going to happen. They were going to give Spencer the choice to live or die.
The decision to live was something Spencer would later regret. Doctors here at the U of A hospital removed 63 pounds of burnt tissue from his body, replacing it with skin grown in a lab, a painful 9-month process.
I couldn't roll, I couldn't sit up, I couldn't wiggle my toes, I couldn't even blink at one point.
That fall, his daughter was born. Amber, in a sterile pillowcase, was placed in the crook of her father's arm. Everything changed.
You know, all of a sudden I realized that from this horribly burnt guy, I had this perfectly healthy little girl. And that if I was going to continue to wanting to die and to be a victim, it was going to impact her life and make her such a negative person.
Soon after, Spencer got the courage to look in the mirror for the first time since the fire. Then he and his baby girl learned to do things together.
It was sort of a race to see who could, roll over first or walk, sit up. And Spencer couldn't even feed himself.
I can dance with my
Can you dance like this?
No.
Amber just celebrated her 4th birthday. She had no idea her dad was burnt until recently.
We did try to explain it to her just a couple weeks ago, just in case other kids made a comment or said something to her. But she didn't really want to know. She doesn't see him any differently, and hopefully that won't change.
But Spencer does look different to these kids, much better than when he first walked into their gym.
If you are truly a nice person inside, it will radiate out and people won't care what you look like on the outside.
Now, since the fire, Spencer has become the president of his Toastmasters Club, a construction safety officer, and he completed the U of A's Occupational Health and Safety program. If you'd like to hire him as a motivational speaker or just send him an email, here's his website, spencerspeaks.ca. And my favorite thing about Spencer, as amazing as he is hilarious.
Really? Oh, really?
He was telling me when he goes into a restaurant and he orders a steak, he orders it less well done than he was. And the waiters always go, oh, and then they laugh after that. But he's such a great guy, just an amazing, inspirational guy.
Oh,
yeah,
and
what a wonderful.
as a motivational speaker,
Yeah.
what a message he'd have.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. A great message to the kids. He's got a beautiful smile. It's true.
He does.
It radiates out.
It does.
Yeah.